I'm Veronica, Imaginovator and host, and welcome to the Shaboo Prince Artist Studio, where we'll play hard and embark on your new odyssey.
It's an inward journey of discovery using your enlivened sense of wonder. Each episode will offer you surprising experiences for deeper imagination and creativity to occur. This is your safe playground where you will discover and liberate your creative originality. Come on in and let's ride.
Hiya, I'm Veronica, Imaginovator and host, and welcome back to the Shaboo Artist Studio and your new odyssey. So we are here to reconnect with your original creative self. We're here also through our exercises to discover your original creative self. And we are here to talk about the value of your original creative self. And this week, we're going to talk about sharing your original creative self.
Hiya, I'm your assistant, Imaginovator Veronica, and I will help you get the most out of your new odyssey, a program unlike anything you've ever seen before. Each episode is a grab bag of various creativity experiences and activities that will get you thinking in new ways and increase your curiosity for your imagination and creative self-expression. All you have to do is sit back, have an open mind, and watch. And I guarantee you will get something good for yourself out of the next half hour.
I don't know if you know this about me, but I spent many years doing what others expected of me. I was a good girl and a good citizen, a good student, a good employee. And I worked so hard to be those things for many years. And at first felt that my reward was to find acceptance being those things. And then a funny thing happened over the years is that I became more and more unhappy, feeling a little empty. And it was curious because I was checking all the boxes people wanted me to check. I was doing everything that was expected of me and doing it well. And one morning, getting ready for work, doing something that sounded pretty cool, a cool job, really dynamic job, I didn't want to do it anymore. I felt very broken. And so I realized that this is what it's like to be a grown-up. I've got to bring more joy back into my life. And so I had to go back into my memory as a child to even remember what that joy was like. And I remember the joy and the freedom that I felt when I played, doodled. Creative writing brought me joy. And so I started doing more of those things. And the more I did them, the more my energy changed. And before you know it, I started creating, and time evolved, and Shaboo Prince was born. That's just a little bit of my story. Why do I share it? Because our stories are important. Your story is very important. And do you share it? And how people could gain from your story if you did. Well, some of the steps that I needed to get to before I could share my story with you was believing it had value. And it does. And so does your story. And did you know that the more you use the human story in everything and anything that you do, the more powerful that becomes? The more you share your story, which takes courage and transparency, the more magnetic and magical that work becomes. People need your story. They want to see how you are doing it, how you're making it. The events of your happiness and the not so happy moments. You're valuable. And so how can you apply your story, share your story and the things that you do and the work that you do, and how may others gain from it? Something to think about.
Katrina struggled to keep her family's plant nursery business open. She had to quickly learn administrative tasks she admittedly did not enjoy. She felt battered between accounts payables and receivables and wondered if she would ever be able to enjoy the business like she did when she was young. She stepped out into the nursery yard and walked amongst the rows of potted ficus saplings, where the only sound was the soothing white noise of the wind-rustled plants. She stared at the expansive yard and the size of her saddled responsibility and felt alone. But here's when new opportunities happen. Because despair humbles the mind and opens the heart to speak the otherworldly language of creativity. And that's when Katrina looked up at the sky, longing for solutions. There, in the distant blue, appeared a small, red object. Its flight course was not straight, rather sweeping and organic, and though it was heavy with color, Katrina noticed it was weightless and completely surrendered to the winds that drove it. It appeared to dance towards her with enthusiasm, transitioning between classical pirouettes and jazzy shimmies, sometimes shaking its downy fluff at her in a playful rumba. It arced above the nursery as if it were sprinkling something over it before it tumbled down, down, down. Katrina's mouth fell open with shock and joy as the bright red feather gently came to rest upon her right shoe. Some may say this was a miracle, a sign. Others may say it's a fluke and only a feather. But for Katrina, it shifted her mood and opened a flood of ideas previously blocked by her unhappy preoccupations. 6 months later, the nursery was bustling with new customers. And that's because Katrina, inspired by the feather, partnered with a local breeder to sell birds alongside her plants, tripling foot traffic and doubling sales. That inspiring red feather now exists on display in a small glass terrarium jar. Whenever she looks upon it, she is reminded that opportunities often come from surprisingly unexpected events, and that she was never alone. Let's now awaken your heart with an introspective question. Notice any resistance you may feel or messages from the mind that may keep you from your deeper knowing. Let your heart respond. Your heart never lies.
I want you to hold that in your heart as we now go on a kaleidoscope journey. So come with me, but first I'll put the QR code here. If you want to download the page, you can. You don't need to color to enjoy the benefits of the kaleidoscope journey. But think about your story as we travel in color, in our imagination. Let's ride.
This is a powerful pause button for the mind so that you can use your heart to imagine in new ways. I will do all of the work. Just sit back and relax. And for the next 20 minutes, enjoy guided imagery, the power of color, inspirational music, and introspection. Look at all we've done so far. And today, we will color these smaller but equally important balloons. Let us begin our journey with this contemplation. What our spirit wants is freedom, and courage is the way through which we obtain it. Let us begin up here. Similar to our other balloons, I will start with a foundational canvas color. We would not be here if it weren't for the traditions and foundations of what was, and this color is perfect for reminding us of that. This color not only represents our distant past, but also our recent experiences with our other balloons. You see, the more we create in our lives, the richer our histories become. I hope you've enjoyed learning the fact that the more we imagine and the more we consider the what ifs, the more we innovate. Did you know that every idea and concept and imagining you've had on these odysseys is just the surface of what if? And that each idea and imagining you've had is deeper still? They will require your further exploration. I will choose playful colors here because there is much to celebrate. For instance, did you know that every idea and contemplation we've shared on these journeys are entry points for deeper adventure? The space that is available for your creative expression is endless. Your creativity is endless. And the discoveries you will have going forward are endless. And here's something else to celebrate. The only limitations that you need to have are those you agree to have. From this point forward, take away the truth that using more of your imagination and creativity will make your future wide open again. Looks good. Now let's finish this masterpiece with this little guy. Let's begin with a surprising color. Surprises are everywhere. If you look more, you will see more. And if you use your imagination to look, you will see even more. And if you look using your super imagination, which is Imaginovation, you will see more than most. Let's now have some imaginovating fun. Imagine that you are in this balloons basket, flying high in a foreign atmosphere. You recognize that this air is different, that you are someplace new and unknown. Feel the temperature on your skin and the wind tickle your ears. You see your hands firmly gripping the rim of the basket, and you safely lean over it to look down. Flex your imaginovation, your super imagination. While I'm still busily coloring our balloon, tell me, what do you hope to see on this odyssey? Scan the horizon and look about. Imagine anything and everything you want. Imagine what you want to see. Imagine how you want to feel. Imagine who you want to see. And most importantly, imagine what you want to know. It's all here in your imagination. Take note of which details in your imagined landscape that you choose to include. Do you like something simple with clean surfaces, or complex with many details? What you like and what you wish to imagine is neither right or wrong. Everything here in this imagined landscape has information for you and about you. So take advantage of this opportunity to know more about yourself. Here's something for you to consider. How far are you able to go into your imagination before your mind steps in and pulls you back? Here is your opportunity to stretch your imagination and make it stronger to feel more freedom of your creative expression. Here Let your mind get more used to letting your heart speak. Here, let your mind adjust to a different kind of intelligence. Let's use a strong grounding color for our basket so that we may feel supported and safe while we imagine and hold bigger thoughts. And remembering to add color here further supports our basket. And we'll dust our flags with this soft butter yellow. So soft, so gentle, just what we need. And we'll add even more of this good feeling to our bunting. Here you get to have the feelings you like. And let go of those that you don't. And let go of those thoughts that you don't like either. And let go of that heaviness. And you realize that it was that heaviness that kept you from joining this odyssey sooner. And that kept your imaginative balloons from taking flight. There is much for us to celebrate while you're here, free in your imagination. And that's why I chose this festive orange. Now that you're getting more accustomed to your creative freedom, your freedom of expression, your expanded potential, how will you apply this knowing in your conventional reality? Think of it like these highlights. Use that knowing in your life to brighten it and give it more depth. The beauty of being a mature adult is that you now have history to choose and to know what works and what doesn't going forward. And that the only way to have more options and enthusiasm going forward is to use more of your imagination and creativity. And as we complete this odyssey, take with you the knowing of what you're capable of, what we've learned together, and what is ahead. Look at the beauty you made here. I am honored to be on this journey with you, and look forward to a new odyssey in the future.
You continue to amaze me, but I'm not surprised. Did you know that the more you honestly share your personal stories, the more magnetic you become? That's because others want to know more about you. Your connection with others becomes more meaningful. Your original creative self comes out again. That's because telling your story strengthens how you value yourself. You become an inspiring influencer for others. Here's why. You were born a creative genius. But adulting focused on other things and let it get away. Then the world changed and you set out to search for your original creative self again. You joined Imaginator Veronica and her curly-haired assistant on your new odyssey, where you found your original creative self, and together you will live with more joy, inspiration, and potential. You have an amazing story. I'm sure your friends are interested in what reconnecting with your original creative self has done for your well-being and future. Sharing how you become more imaginative and creative on your new odyssey makes you a natural influencer for others seeking the same.
I want to hear your story. Imagine the people that really love and adore you, how they would love to hear your story, your real story. Stories are powerful. They're made more powerful if they're honest. And so these exercises that we go on help you become more honest. You discover who you really are. You reconnect with who you really are, and you start to feel the power of who that is, and then increase the value for who that is, your original creative self. And the more value you have, the more aha moments, the more wow that you have as you discover yourself, the more you just want to share it. Because you realize that you are on a path of self-discovery and personal success. And that's the power of your new odyssey.
Visit our website for more program resources, and we welcome feedback.